Hey, hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, indeed, we're ready to go. We got Justin and Pablo coming on today. They're going to be doing this show because I am at my stepson's graduation. Kelly girl's inside. I'm just waiting. Justin's going to be on here any second. The great Pablo says he's coming on. We're hoping and praying that he makes a guest celebrity appearance. I know it's noon, so the last thing I would expect would be him to be here on time. Look at There he is. Oh my gosh, you're
Oh my!
here.
Yes, I am.
All right. Well, you and Justin are going to be running this show today. Be literally sitting in the car, and the graduation's about to start inside.
Nice.
Do you think you can handle
Where's
this?
Justin at?
He's
I think
almost on
so.
the boat. He's almost on the boat.
Almost on the boat. I'm
Yep.
all the way on my boat.
It's amazing you made it before Justin. There's a lot of people that lost a lot of money just now.
Wait till the 15th. Place your bets.
Yeah, Don Hansen Day coming right up, gang. We got four. We don't have very many days. It's gonna be here before you know it. May 15th. Pablo, welcome to the show. Thanks for jumping in for me today.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be a great show. And today, gang, the show's sponsored by McCarty Yacht Sales. Todd Manser and John McCarty have McCarty Yacht Sales. You can't go wrong if you have a boat. You need to get rid of your boat or you want to get a bigger boat. McCarty Yacht Sales is the place to go. We'll show a cool video with those guys a little bit later. But for now, what I'm going to do, I'm basically going to go back inside to this graduation that I flew all the way here to Iowa for. Pablo's going to start the show here. When I see Justin jump in here, I'll click him on. Okay, Pablo?
Sounds great.
So as of T minus 1 second, you're in charge. Here we go. One.
All right. Hey, everybody. Captain Pablo here. Thanks for joining us. Captain Dave will not be present today. He's with us in spirit, but he's back east for a very important graduation. And Justin and I will be on here. I believe Al's going to jump on if he can. And Justin is just getting on his boat, so we're going to start here. Well, we already started, but Justin will be joining us. Dave's just waiting for him to log on, and then Justin and I will have the show for today. So if you guys have any questions or anything like that, Justin will be handling those because I just have my phone with me today, so I won't be able to see them as far as like what questions are coming up on the stream. But if you guys have my number, you guys can always text me and I can maybe try to answer them that way. But I'd say we wait for Justin for that. So I'll just give you guys a quick heads up as to what's going on. A lot of boat work for me in the last few weeks. I've been working on 3 boats on my boat. Well, both my boats, and then on the Bertram, 38-foot Bertram I'm running. And yeah, it's been great. The weather is actually getting a lot better. This weekend looks great to get out today, tomorrow, and Sunday. It's really good in the morning. It looks like we're gonna have a really good shot for all of you that follow the game plans. Depending on where you're going and what you want to do, we got you all covered. We got Al talking about San Diego Bay, San Diego Back Bay, Coronado Islands, and offshore, and then I gave you a out of Mission Bay game plan covering certain areas around here, like La Jolla, the 9 Mile Bank, different things like that. Look, the weather's going to be great. You've got to get out there and enjoy it. Let's have a great Mother's Day with our families. And also, let's try to catch a bunch of fish. Last weekend, I was so blown away with everybody's posts, and I want those to just go off this weekend as well. So it'll be great to see what everybody does, all the members do this weekend, so we can get a nice report on. Don't forget to call in tomorrow. I think Captain Hansen's going to ask for that still, but we'll have the call-ins tomorrow, I believe, at 9:30 or 9. We'll confirm that before tomorrow morning. and we always look forward to those. It's just great to hear what everybody's doing. There's Justin. Hey, Justin. Good morning
Hey,
or good
how are
afternoon.
you guys doing? Hey,
So yeah, I don't have the ability. I know it's shocking, but my technical ability is going to be lacking today because I only have my phone. So if you can handle all the questions and stuff, and then I don't really think we have an agenda today, but good to see you. I was just kind of keeping everybody going until you got here, and let's do it.
yeah, definitely. So, hello, everyone. Hello. Pablo and I are going to be running the show today. Unfortunately, Al can't make it. He's going to get something with his props done. And so, Pablo, Lisa asked, when will the mahi typically bite? When their mouth
Well,
is open. No, I'm just kidding.
when they don't have lockjaw, that's when they bite. No, I mean typically anything in the I mean at the minimum usually, I mean there's exceptions to every rule, but usually when the water gets into the 70s, they're pretty active and they're moving around. That's usually when we see them when we have a warmer weather cycle. Now you'll see them at other times too. But what I've typically noticed with the mahi, especially like 2 years ago when we had the wide open bite, is they start coming up in smaller groups, or you start noticing them in smaller groups, and then at some point they're everywhere, and you can't even get past them to get other fish. And then as that season winds down, they go back to the smaller groups and don't bite as well. But it typically seems, for me anyway, my history has been anytime the water's warm, especially above 70, it's pretty easy to get them to go. And then you just got to figure out what they want, the micro baits, or what. I mean, they'll pretty much hit any kind of lure or any kind of troller, which is nice when they're feeding. Yeah, they'll hit literally anything. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, we got to see how warm the water gets this year, and hopefully we get back into some of those Dorado. Last year was definitely slower for Dorado. I got a few, but not like the year before. The year before was just like wide open. Like I said, you couldn't even get past them. And last year, I probably managed to get like maybe 30 of them all season. So, yeah, quite a difference going from 30 on one trip or 40 on one trip to, 30 or 50, somewhere in that range for the whole season is just crazy. But it's a cycle, and the cycle is definitely changing. I believe the new dope out there is not new, but it's neither a La Nina or El Nino year. Did you hear something consistent with that, Justin? Like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's happening, but
I
it's
hear
it's
all kinds of things. Like one minute the world is melting, and the next minute the world is frozen.
yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
But
that's true.
typically,
Both those
typically
things
what
are true.
I've seen, typically what I've seen with the Dorado is the water will be around 70 degrees, and then we'll start seeing a funnel of Dorado coming to the waters, and everyone gets really excited. I think they're more of a scout, like scouts, but
Right.
it's probably not. It's probably not true, but that's what I think of it as. Like whenever you go grunion hunting and you see the scouts come onto the shore, if you go grab those right away, you're not going to see any more of them come up to the shore. So typically, what will happen is water will be 70 degrees. The Dorado will start funneling into our waters. They're not going to bite. They don't bite yet. Once they get a drastic temperature change, and drastic can be 1 degree, it can go from 70 to 71 in one day. Then all of a sudden, they all want to eat because Dorado don't live very long and they eat a lot. So they're always trying to get food. But when that temperature changes drastically of 1 degree or 2 degrees, that's when it changes them to bite. So if we get that 70 to 72 degree water, we're probably going to see a lot of Dorado again. But time will tell. It's been a cold water year, so it may not happen. I could tell you one thing that's probably going to happen is there's probably going to be a lot of yellowfin tuna this year. So there's a lot of yellowfin tuna down the line right now, as well as that bluefin. The bluefin can't decide if it wants to come up here or if it wants to go back down. My buddy got limits of bluefin tuna a week ago over at the Hidden Bank, and then they went south about 100 miles. So they can't decide where they want to go. But the yellowfin tuna are marching their way up here. So I believe it's going to be a really good year for yellowfin tuna. That being said, I would go no minimum on line of 20-pound or more. So 20-pound fluorocarbon or more, the GT4 is what we use. Yeah. Same thing with the Dorado. Dorado, you can. Well, Pablo can vouch for this because he's out in San Diego and he fishes Dorado way more than I do up here at Long Beach. But the Dorado, 15-pound to 25-pound max on the line.
Yeah, they can be pretty line shy until they get into that feeding frenzy, like Justin's saying here. But yeah, man, I'm excited for that yellowfin. I hope that comes to fruition, and that would be great to whack on those guys, because those things, when those things are feeding, they're great. I mean, you can get them around trolling, looking around. You can get into them. You can get the big models of those too once in a while. Yeah, it'd be great. It'd be great to get into those this year for sure. Last year I didn't get a ton of yellowfin last year either. It was more, bluefin, yellowtail kind of a year, which there's nothing wrong with that. But yellowfin, those things are hungry little pigs too. So when you get into a good school of those that wants to go, that's fun for the whole family.
Yeah, very cool. Oh yeah, Dave Farron, Deckhand Sports. He's heading to the Hidden Bank. Yeah, they may still be there. So I don't know. But let's talk about what's biting now. What's biting now out in your neck of the woods, Pablo?
Yeah, so right now, it's been kind of slow, as far as like local stuff, as far as like high quality game fish. But the one thing that is biting pretty good down in San Diego Harbor is the halibut. The halibut's doing pretty good right now. And the yellowtail haven't been like in bigger volumes. I mean, we still never really had them in big volumes, but I'm hoping that this weekend they might show up. There's been a few here and there, but it seems like, what was it, about a month ago, we had a good bite for like a week or two, and then that slowed down. But the rock fishing is full speed. The bay fishing here in Mission Bay is starting to pick up quite a bit with spotties. I mean, just messing around the docks, your best bet is right here around the docks for those spotties, and there's some decent ones. But I haven't seen like a bunch of, like, how we start getting like barracuda inside the harbor and other things. That'll come with the warmer water. But yeah, it looks like we're gonna have a good run of weather these next few days, and then I think it's cooling off a little bit next week. But yeah, I think once we get into like a little bit of a warmer water, warmer air temp, it seems like the local yellowtail around here, they seem to react when it's just nice and sunny. I mean, I've gotten them in foul weather also, but it seems like there's something about it when it's just glassy and sunny. They tend to be more active.
Yeah. So within the last probably almost 24 hours, I've been inundated with about 1,400,000 texts and phone calls. So yes, the white sea bass are biting. So I'm going to talk a little bit because everyone wants to know who, what, where, when, why, and how, right? For one thing, I will say is I'm not going to give out numbers or location to anyone that's not a member. So if you're not a member and you're messaging me and saying you're a member, I can pull you up and find out if you're a member. I've had quite a few people do that already. And the other thing is where I went is not a location or anything like that. It's actually on the game plan. It's the very first spot I said I was going to go on the game plan. The other thing is let's talk about white sea bass. So white sea bass are biting. Typically, the best time to go for white sea bass is obviously when you can. But you want to go by the full moon cycles. About 5 to 7 days before a full moon and about 2 to 3 days after a full moon is going to be your absolute best time to go. Yesterday we caught quite a few sea bass, but they're all in that 26, 27 and a half, 27 and 3/4 range. We did lose 3 big ones, and then we caught 2, one like 18 to 20 pounder and then one about a 25 pounder.
Nice.
But it was really cool. A lot of fun. We were using live squid. The other question I had was, what technique was I using? All of the techniques that we talk about on your saltwater guide for white sea bass has worked. We were using 4 different techniques yesterday, and all 4 of them worked. So there's not one I can say, oh, this one you're going to get bit better on, because every single one worked just the same. It was pretty crazy. The other thing is what really matters is current. If you notice, I was anchored at one spot yesterday, and we only got 2 fish. For me, I have a really hard time of not catching stuff, and I get really antsy, and I have to go and pack up ship and just leave. Well, I looked not far away from where I was, and I seen that there was current there. What was weird is, hey, Arnie, how you doing? So I looked not far from where I was, and I said, oh, there's current right there. So I told my client, Paul, I said, hey, let's move. And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah, let's move. So we literally moved 50 to 100 feet. One spot I was, which was 50 feet away, there's no current. 50 feet the other way, there was current. So how do you explain that? I don't know, but it just happened. And that current was pretty consistent. And it was a constant bite. Literally every single bait that hit the water was bit. We couldn't keep track. It felt like we were in spin class, in that yoga, whatever that is, spin class. We're spinning around all over the place because we tried to put 4 rods out. One of them for halibut, and one of them for this, one of them for that, and one of them for dropper loop, and so on and so on. But every time we threw one out, it would get bit. So we put one in the rod holder, turn around, and go bait another one, and we'd spin around, boom, that one's bit. We're like, holy cow, what's going on here? It was pretty crazy. It was like a giant fire drill we were doing. And yeah. And then obviously everyone's seen the color of the water, which that's the only thing I let everyone see on the live video. And that's the color of the water you want for white sea bass. The color of water, yes, they'll bite in other colors as well. The other thing is high tide, low tide, medium tide, skinny tide, big tide, whatever the tide is that you're thinking. I proved everyone wrong yesterday. They bite all day long. If they want to bite, if they're there and they want to bite, they're going to bite. It's just like what we were talking about a little while ago, Dorado. Once the Dorado are here, you may see them. You may see hundreds of them, and they're flying around your boat. But they're not going to bite. You can go the next day, and the water change, and every single one of those Dorado are going to end up in your boat. If they're there, they're going to bite, and they want to bite. Other than that, it's really just sitting and waiting and hoping for the best. So.
Yeah, and then, trying all the different techniques. Just like if we find a school of yellowtail, we're going to work them as much as we can, like you and I did last year at the Coronados. I mean, you kind of stick with them as much as you can, and you try everything that works. And then sometimes if nothing's working, you just keep throwing the book at them. Eventually they're going to go. If it's not right then, like Justin is saying here, guys, it could be the next day. It could be the morning bite, the afternoon bite, the evening bite. But, whenever you guys can go is the best time to go. And just have everything in your arsenal to throw at these elusive creatures, if you will, once in a while. When they're picky, and you just gotta, be lucky at that point. Because even if you're doing everything right, sometimes they're just not going. But that's why, if you have the means and somebody's, I know Justin loves to jump in the water all the time. So, so if you have the means or somebody willing, have them jump off. I mean, that's one of my favorite things to do is if they're not biting, but they're in volumes. I don't like to hang out in the water with them all day either, especially if I'm spearing. But I get aggravated enough to just jump in and spear a couple and then call it good for that. But yeah, I
will say if you don't know what you're doing for white sea bass, do not jump in that water.
Oh no!
You will scare every single white sea bass away. I promise.
Yeah, they're very. Yeah, I'm talking like Dorado, yellowtail, whatever. But white sea bass, that's next level stuff. That's next level. You can't spook them. I mean, going way back when, I remember, if you go in and and you're even, blowing bubbles, they'll get spooked and whatever. And I'm like, well, that could be true, but I think you just have to approach them cautiously and, hopefully you get a good shot. But yeah, when I'm talking about spear gunning out of frustration, I'm talking about when there's 500 Dorado around and they're not biting, or there's, a bunch of yellowtail around and they're not biting. And then sometimes it's nice to, give them a nice little spear tip through them and throw them on the deck. That way you come home with dinner.
Yeah. So Steve Duncan asked, Pablo, how long do you think it will take the bay bass to make all the new docks a home?
What was the question again?
How long do you think it will take the bay bass to make all the new docks a home? I guess there's new docks somewhere.
Yeah, well, down here at my marina. So I mean, instantaneously, because number one, they never took out the pylons. So the pylons here where the docks float up and down around, those are here. They're still the same. So a lot of them live by those, but yeah, they love hanging out, and the bait is already flourishing. I mean, my new docks here where I'm at, they've been built now for like a month, I guess, a little over a month. And yeah, we're starting to see a lot of bait in here, and been catching spotties off the rail here. So no, they're here. But just like anything, give it more time and there'll be more and more of them. But those little grumpy spotties are still swimming all around here, It's pretty neat. Like when you can see them on the gangway, you can see them kind of like hanging out. They hang out on the bottom and they swim for a little bit. Once they see something they're really interested in, then they go whack it. But yeah, no, there's plenty of them around here. So I'm saying right now it's time to come bring your little light tackle stuff, and those Kyra jigs work really good for those. And yeah, anything like that, or a little drop shot setup or bait, anything you got will work.
Yeah, very cool.
No, I mean, not as cool as not as cool as like when you're catching the legal halibut off the back of your boat, but
we catch white sea bass too right here.
the little guys.
Yeah, they're every now and then you'll get like a 29 incher, but for the most part they're like 25 to 27.
Wow, that's good size.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
What was I just gonna say? Oh yeah, if anyone has, really quick, everyone, we're gonna go to a commercial and we'll be right back. Watch here.
Hey guys, Captain Todd here with McCarty Yacht Group, Hansen Marine, proud sponsor of your saltwater guy. I'm here with my good buddy John McCarty.
Hey guys, how you doing?
The broker for McCarty Yacht Group. And guys, I just want to tell you it's springtime. It's time to start buying and selling. If you're looking to buy a boat right now or looking to sell a boat, make sure you give us a call at McCarty Yacht Group. Guys, you know how to get a hold of me at 949-547-7748. We're sitting on the Pescatory right now. This is like office number 1, 2, or 3. I can't remember where we're either in the office, at home, on a boat, but this is one of the places we do business, guys. But if you're looking for somebody to well represent you, we are a different breed of cat, guys. We work on boats for a living. We're going to make sure to sell your boat for the top price, or if you're looking to buy a boat, we're going to make sure you get something that's not a horrible project for you. So anyway, guys, give us a call. We look forward to hearing from you.
All right, we're back. Hello. So yeah, everyone, so if you scan that QR code right there, if you're in the market to buy or sell a boat, make sure you go and see, I don't know where Pablo went, make sure you go see Todd Manser at McCarty Yacht Group. Todd Manser is an amazing dude, super nice guy, guaranteed you all will like him. He also takes care of boats as well, super cool guy. So if anyone has any questions while we're on here, we're just going to start rambling around about fishing and stuff and what's going on. But put your questions up. We'll answer them for you. We'll try to, as long as we see them. Yeah.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Yeah, Jason, we're unsupervised today. So guess what? Party time. I will tell everyone this. There is a rumor going around that I think I know who started it. And the guy doesn't like me, but I really don't care. But that when I got pulled over by Coast Guard and Fish and Game the other day, they wrote me multiple violations. It's not true. if I did have a violation, I would show you, so then I could show you later on how much it would be. But no, I got no violations. I got the gold card or the gold sheet, whatever you want to call it. Everything passed. It's if you see it or read it somewhere, that person is a complete liar and don't trust him. So just let you know there's no violations at all, none. Or you could ask people that started the boat. So.
I wonder why they would even do that. It's like, the whole thing with the Coast Guard is they're going to be meticulous and go through that, especially, if you're kind of like on their radar or in the spotlight or whatever. But really, I mean, they're just checking everything. And if there's something that needs to be corrected, you freaking correct it. It's like, I don't see why anybody would like waste their breath on saying, it's not up to par or whatever. I mean, obviously they haven't been on your boat or they haven't been on my boat, because we take great pride in making sure, number one, that the boat is safe to get all of us back. And there is really no number two. I mean, that's the whole thing there, right? It's like safety, 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 make sure everything's good. And then the other things they check, right, is just, well, maybe you can go through that, Justin, exactly what they checked on you, because I know they were with you for a little bit. But
yeah, we can go. I mean, that was a 35-minute inspection, and the main reason why you've seen so many guys coming on the boat inspecting and so on and so on, for one thing, they pulled up and they asked, are you running a charter? I'm not going to tell them no, because I'm running a charter. Yes, sir, I am. Okay, and the next thing they asked is, can we board your boat? And I said, absolutely, everyone can come on board. So they got on the boat, as all of them did. And then the biggest thing is they were doing training. That's why everyone was here. I don't want to get into details, because some people may have not known what the fish were, and they had to ask what they were. You've seen it on the live show. And other guys had to ask questions that they should have known, but they were learning. That's why they're in training. So, but yeah, we passed with flying colors. Everything was up to par. Everything was 100%. So let's see here. What other questions do we got? Oh, so what bait was I using yesterday for white sea bass? I was using live squid. You have two choices right now at the bait barge. You have over here in Long Beach, San Pedro area. You have live squid, or you have gigantic sardines the size of mackerel. So you had to choose. My first thought yesterday, this was my whole process. My game plan yesterday morning was, Paul says, can we get some more lingcod? So the first priority on my mind was go for lingcod. After I check the weather, I go to the bait barge and I see they have squid. I'm like, well, maybe it's the right time. This is the right moon cycle right now. You have until Tuesday to hit this nice moon cycle for white sea bass to get prime time. Forget about the tides and everything else. Prime time's right now until Tuesday. So I thought, well, they have squid. Why not? Let's just target these white sea bass, because Paul's never caught a white sea bass, and his bucket list fish was a white sea bass. Let's target white sea bass and see what we could do. So we went out and we found the right current, and we found everything else. There's people pointing at me on the dock over there. I think they know who I am. So it is, we got squid instead of sardine and targeted white sea bass.
What time of day do you normally like to go for white sea bass, Justin?
As soon as I get there.
As soon as you get there?
Yep.
What about before you get there or after?
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely troll for them on the way over there if you want. Yeah, good luck. So if you want to target white sea bass, you need to have patience, and I have zero patience. As everyone that's been on my boat and everyone knows me, Pablo knows me too. I have zero patience to catch not a damn thing. So if I'm anchored and we're not catching fish, I get you'll see me start bouncing back and forth in and out of the camera, and I get very antsy. And like my deckhand Anthony tells me, it's okay, calm down, everything will be all right. And I'm like, no, we're not catching a fish, we're not getting bit. We have to get bit, especially if we put a dropper loop down. And yes, Matt Ryan, I'm going to answer that in just a minute for you. So especially if I drop a dropper loop down with squid strips and we're not getting bit with that on the smaller fish, then I get really antsy. I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta do something. But patience, what's that term again? Patience is a virtue or something?
Yep.
So as long as you wait it out and you're very patient for it, they're gonna come around to you. And I did throw chum. I didn't throw a lot of chum though. I didn't want to. There was over there a local guy. He got a bass also, and he came over and decided to dump all of his squid right on the boat. For me, it's a bad thing. It's not good. But we still got white sea bass. So either way, we still got them. It didn't really matter. But you have to have patience. You have to just sit there and, like Dave said, let the boat rot. And I have zero patience. No, Jason, Paul has not caught a white sea bass before yesterday. And then we got limits for the boat. It's just Paul and I, so we got limits. Matt Ryan asked, "What's the itinerary for Thursday?" So those of you coming to Don Hansen Day, it's a very special day. It's going to be a really cool day. It's mainly all your Saltwater Guide members. It's Pablo. You reading that? Stop playing with your keys.
No, I can't see it.
We hear all kinds of noise or something, clicking and stuff like that.
Okay, I'll mute it unless somebody asks me a question.
Well, are you muted? Okay, so
yeah, I just muted it. So I'll just unmute it.
Whatever you're doing now is fine, but whatever you were doing is not.
Well, I'll call the air traffic controller, tell them to divert. We're
doing
perfect.
All you have to do is throw a drone up in the air, and they'll get really mad. Okay, so what the itinerary is for on Thursday, and if you're not going, unfortunately, it's all sold out. It's gonna be an amazing day. Absolutely cool day. It's gonna be a 3/4 day trip. We're leaving at 6 o'clock in the morning. Pablo is probably going to be late, so we're gonna take bets on what time Pablo gets there, right, Pablo?
Wait a minute, buddy. Who is on time today?
So we're leaving at 6 o'clock in the morning, and it normally gets back at 4 p.m. And then right after that, we're going to be having the dinner over at the fish market right next to Dana Wharf. It's literally right next to it. Butts right up to it. It's a really cool spot. Really good fish. Nilo Ann. So if you can't make the actual boat on Thursday, at least come and see us all at the dinner afterwards. It's gonna be really cool. There's gonna be a lot of people there. A lot of the sponsors are gonna be there, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. It is gonna be a lot of fun. Tackle recommendations. So if whoever's going that's not involved with this gigantic text message group thing that we have, I'll tell you what I will recommend for tackle. And this is just my recommendation because I'm not the captain of the boat. It's not up to me. It's up to him of where we're going and what we're doing. So you might as well be prepared. You don't need to bring a tackle box that you can't carry. You need someone to carry it for you because no one's going to. So all you need is a backpack or a small bag. If you have a backpack and a small bag, you're right on. Now, I'm sure we're going to be going for rockfish because rockfish is the key thing to get fish on the boat right now. It's a good thing to fill up your freezers. You're allowed 10 total rockfish per person. You're allowed 2 vermilion, so on and so on if you want to know the regulations that are coming from wildlife. Bring some rock cod squirts. If you don't know what those are, you see them all the time. I could probably grab one for you really quick. Make sure you grab one. Yeah, you got it. Make sure you bring some rock cod squirts because those are going to be key. Now, the boat is already going to have bait. Okay? They're already going to have bait for you. Bring a rod. You don't have to bring 100 rods. We're not going out for 10 days. I would bring 1 rod for rockfish and 1 rod for light line, halibut, or bass. That's it. 2 rods. If you bring more than 2 rods, we're probably going to make fun of you. There you go. Rock cod squirts. Those are gigantic big ones. You can either bring the big ones or the smaller one. There you go. Bring those ones right there. Those are the key things right there. Those ones. The ones in his left hand are the 3.5 inch, and the other ones are the 7-inch ones. I would bring at least 4 of those 3.5-inch ones. Whatever color fits you best. To me, the color just catches people, not fish. So bring whatever color you want, either the pink or the white ones. Now weights. Everyone's gonna need weights. Okay. Don't plan on, whenever you go on a sport boat, don't plan on them having weights for you, because you're gonna have to probably buy them. So make sure you get your weights. I would get for rockfish between 8 and 14 ounces. So I have 2 to 4 8-ounce, 2 to 4 10-ounce, and 2 to 4 14-ounce weights. That's going to be key. Water depth, we're going to go in. It's whatever the captain decides, wherever he decides to go. So you want to be prepared, rather be prepared than not prepared. Now, if we fish shallow water, which we're probably going to do, it's a 3/4 day trip. You never know. It's up to the captain. You're going to want to bring 2-ounce weights to 8. You're going to have the 8-ounce, so 2 to 6-ounce weights. So bring a couple 2-ounce, couple 4-ounce, and a couple 6-ounce weights. Those are going to be for halibut rigs or dropper loop rigs. They'll go in a shallow water. Shallow water meaning under 100 feet. Now, hook sizes. I'm not a fanatic of what size hooks there are, because everyone changes. If you get Gamakatsu hooks or if you get owner hooks, one says a size 4, but the other one that has a size 4 is gigantic. So get the size for anchovies and get the size for sardines. You want to match the hatch. Right now, the sardines are running about 4 to 8 inches big, and then the anchovies are running between 3 and 6 inches. So you're going to want to get the equivalent size for that. I would bring multiple, because you don't know if you're going to get broken off. So bring 1 or 2 packs of each size. You don't need to bring 1,000 hooks. If you want to bring pliers, you can, but there's going to be deckhands over there. They'll be more than happy to help you out. Dana Wharf is really good on customer service. So the deckhands are already going to be ready there. As soon as you catch a fish, you're going to be ready to get it off your hook and put it in your bag or release it, whatever you want to do with it. As far as fishing line, I would highly recommend 15-pound fluorocarbon, the GT4, 15-pound all the way up to 25-pound. And then if we want to drop down a live bait for probably a ling cod while we're rock fishing, I would highly recommend 50-pound and nothing under 50-pound, because we've been bit off multiple times by 40-pound. So 50-pound dropper loop all the way down to the bottom if you want to get a ling cod. Jig wise, it's up to you. If you want to bring some jigs, go right ahead. Knock yourself out with all the jigs you want to bring. More than likely, the live bait's going to get the fish. The Ikara jig, it's not out yet, but the Ikara, Promar is making the Ikara jig a really big one that you could drop down for rockfish. So you're not going to be able to use that yet, and I wouldn't put it on a dropper loop because it's just going to tangle up on your line. It's not going to work. But the Ikara jig will work in the shallower water. So size-wise, 21 gram and up is going to be really good for that shallower water. What else you got to add, Pablo?
I mean, I think that covers it all. I think the main mantra here is don't bring your long-range tackle box. We're not going on a long-range trip. You can get away with just bringing, if you want to keep it all in one container, one little mini plano box is almost too much, but that would be sufficient for everything. I mean, you could literally keep everything in there that Justin just talked about.
Yep.
That keeps it nice and tidy. You just throw that thing in your backpack and you're good to go. Everything's right there. Bring your Promar Ahi GT4 and just a variety of weights, variety of hooks, and that's it. Just think about it. We're not going to go crazy. Hopefully we're going to go crazy, but we're only going to do so much where you don't need that much variety. So, and it's always good to you can always bump some from your friends. Justin's going to bring everything for everybody.
No, unfortunately, everyone, I can't bring anything. Well, I could, but I'm not going to bring anything because I have charters that I need to have stuff for. So that's why I'm letting everyone know right now what to bring. I would highly recommend all that stuff. Now, the other thing is so Dave Hansen is a J-hook guy. he swears on J hooks. I don't know what Pablo likes. I personally like circle hooks. So it's all your preference, whatever you like to do.
So yeah, I usually use, it's funny because I usually use circle hooks for everything. And then obviously like the rock cod squirts, those are J hooks. And then usually like the longer Ganyan hooks are J hooks for that. But yeah, it's whatever you want. The most important thing with any hook is to match the bait size, or, if you're going to just put little squid tips on it. If you don't absolutely have to have the rock cod squirts, but we highly recommend them because they work, and it's such a great setup. You just clip your weight on, you tip them with a little bit of squid, and you're good to go. You can even pin a live bait on there. I've done that and caught lingcod on my squirts as well. But yeah, if we're gonna deep drop, like Justin said, you're definitely gonna want some 50-pound fluoro to put on there, and make sure whatever you're bringing, you're comfortable reeling. I don't know what's the depth range you think, Justin? What's the deepest you think we'll go? A few hundred feet, if that.
I don't think we're gonna go crazy deep. And the only reason why I say to bring the 14 ounces, which is a heavy weight for 300 feet, is you don't know if there's going to be a lot of current. You just want to be prepared. It's better to be prepared. You don't have to bring 100,000 things, like I said. This right here is plenty. Well, this right here is actually for my charters, but this is way more than enough stuff than you need. Okay?
Yeah.
I have weights in here and everything. I would literally bring 2 to 4 weights of different sizes. I think we're going to be around between 200 and 400 feet.
Yeah, that's easy money.
Yeah.
So whatever reel you guys are comfortable with for that depth.
Yeah.
Bring it. You don't need. I mean, you can bring one. This is the kind of trip where you can bring 1 or 2, or I believe they're going to have rentals there too, right? Worst case scenario.
So Dana Wharf, if you don't have anything, say you're like, dang, I'm set up to go on this trip and I don't have any of the tackle you're talking about, and I don't have this. Don't worry about it. Dana Wharf has you covered. There's tons. Dana Wharf has a whole tackle area inside. You can purchase everything your heart's ever desired inside that shop right there. They have everything for you, everything, and they have it all right there. So this is the style weights that I'm talking about. This is a 12-ounce sinker. I don't know what they call it, torpedo sinker, maybe.
Yeah.
So just this kind of weight right here is perfect. It's perfect for what we need. So, yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not bringing anything. And how are they picking the teams? It's all up to Dave. I think it's a number in a hat or something like that, or name in a hat.
Can we be on each other's team, Justin?
Yeah.
Like, can I go on your team?
Yeah, we're not fishing, so we're definitely gonna win, right?
Yeah, I got Kate, dude. Kate's my ringer. I'm gonna bring her big old spinning rod and let her go to town.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. You could be on my team, probably. You know why? Because Ryland's coming. He's definitely gonna make sure you're not fishing. He's gonna be messing with you so much.
Oh, dude. Oh, I can't wait to see Ryland.
He cut his mullet.
I know he did.
Yeah.
It's all right.
So yeah, Matt Ryan, there's a spot for you. You're already on the roster, ready to go. All you have to do is show up. But yeah, I think the boat gets back at 4. It's back at the dock at 4. I'm like 99% sure of that. But I can verify it right now.
So 0600 hours when we're leaving?
Yeah. Yeah, we're leaving at 6. Well, we're probably leaving at 6:30 because Pablo will be there at 6:15.
Kate's not going to be happy about the 6 a.m. departure.
What time?
Maybe I'll have to go stay up there the night before.
Okay. Matt Ryan's probably gone. Yep. Got it. Bye. So, yes, verified. We will be back at 4 p.m., everyone. We'll be back at 4. And if you didn't make the boat, just come by, say hi, have dinner with us. We'll be there partying like a rock star, having a good old time. Dave just verified he's picking the teams. So whoever said that they wanted to be on my team, unfortunately, he said you're not going to be. No, I'm just kidding. He said that he's more than likely it's gonna be like a name in a hat type of thing. That cool thing. Yes, it's $200 per person. Yeah, it's really cool. It's gonna be a lot of fun, you guys. A lot of fun out there. $200. Pretty inexpensive for a 3/4 day.
Yeah, that's pretty good, man.
Yeah. That being said, I don't know about Pablo, but I'm running low on charters. If anyone wants to come out and go fishing, I'll do some open party trips. How about you, Pablo?
Oh yeah, man. I've been working on my boat a lot, and so I did have some stuff locked out. But yeah, I have pretty much wide open until June and July and August. So yeah, I'd love to get out. I would love to go guide on somebody's boat for sure. And I've had some interest in that. I've had a few people actually call me, saltwater guide members. I'd love to get out on their boats, and then I would love to take people out on the charters. Yeah, I mean, open parties. My main thing with the open parties for your saltwater guide members only, because otherwise it just turns out to be a pretty big headache for me to try to manage an open party, and it's always a heartbreaker when you don't get enough spots filled, and then puts you in a tough spot to run with less because there's not a lot of meat on the bone on those. So yeah, the way that I'm doing the open parties, like I've always done it, if somebody wants to spearhead it and say, hey, we want to go on this date, or this day, this date, whatever, and this is what we want to target. So come up with what type of trip you want, what day, and then I'll work on filling it around there, or I'll put an ad on on the community, and we'll fill it that way. And then yeah, that's it. That way one person is kind of the charter master, spearheading it, and then getting it all set up, and I'll help fill the spots, and we'll go. Depending on where we go and what we're going to do, that I'll determine how much it'll be.
Yeah.
But it'll always be a really good deal for saltwater guide members for sure.
The other thing I wanted to answer a question that I seen the question already went all the way, or it's actually on that side, all the way down already. Rick Maurer, call me after this. Please call me. If you can, go out tomorrow. And just call me first. If you want a white sea bass right now is the time. It's pretty good.
What about Bugman? Is he going to go white sea bass, or is he going to go down here?
I can't give out information like that. Some people may not want to be put out there that they're going to be. Like, I'm not telling anyone what time I'm leaving because I'm just going to show up there. I'm on the boat for a reason right now.
What if you're not there?
But I am. I'm just invisible.
Oh man.
But
hopefully
Bugman may be out heading over there right now.
Oh shoot, man! I gotta get a hold of him.
Yeah, I think he's leaving right now.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, there he is right there. Yeah, I didn't want to say. Sorry, Steve. I didn't want to say if you're going or not. I didn't know if you wanted me to say or not on here. But we were going to work together tomorrow, Steve and I.
There you go.
But yeah, anyone else have any questions while we're on here? If you want to talk about anything, what's biting over here right now locally? I do have open party trips available. Do I have cloaking ability? What's that mean?
Do you have availability?
No, do I have cloaking ability? I'm not sure what that means, Darren. You're a school teacher. You have too big of words for me to understand, like my wife. So, if anyone wants to jump on an open party, local trips are $200 per person, and then we're going to be targeting obviously rockfish and shallower water, and then we're also going to be targeting halibut. So let's see here. The other, okay, Steve Duncan needs someone to go with him. The other thing is, if you want to do a Catalina trip, you can contact me for that. It's but the white sea bass trip is a long trip. It's almost an overnight trip, so that's gonna be. It's better if we start at the boat for that one. But yeah, I have a lot of open parties available. Oh, and we'll be using nice, beautiful Okuma rods and reels. Do you watch Star Trek? No, I don't watch Star Trek. I don't watch. Everyone would be very surprised on what I watch on YouTube. Hunting and fishing. Yep, that's it. Nothing else. And cops. Bad boys. For the boat. I don't. Do I have? I don't know what. Darren, I don't know what cloaking is. Maybe I can Google it.
What is it? Spell it.
Oh, so no one can see me. I guess it's so no one can see.
Cloaking.
Cloaking.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. That was a Star Trek reference. Now I'm with you. Yeah, it makes you invisible.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I just turn off the AIS.
Yep.
So let's see here. And okay, any other questions? Anybody? Yeah, K9's taking down people videos is pretty dang cool. But yeah, hopefully everyone gets out. The water temperature rose. The weather looks to hopefully be better. And afternoons seem to be a little windy. Yesterday was blowing out. It was really weird in the afternoon.
Yeah, there's like a little teeny bit right now, but it's not too bad. And then there's been some, most of the days it's been kind of glassing off in the evening too. I got to look at it close for this weekend, but all the mornings are looking really good.
Yeah.
I'm going to move because my boat neighbor just started his boat.
Hold on 1 second. I'm going to show everyone something. I'm going to answer a question by showing you all. 1 second. If you want to talk for a minute, Pablo.
All right. Yeah. Well, you guys, please call me and get me out on your boat as a guide at 619-431-3070. 619-431-3070. And call me also for open party trips, or if you want to book a private charter, and I'll work with you. Whatever your budget is, I'll work with you. And like I said, depending on what we go for, my prices kind of adjust around those. But if we're doing like a local trip, it'll be, if we're going to do something like La Jolla local, and we're going to do yellowtail and rockfish, it's going to be $250 per person. And yeah, also if you're a Saltwater Guide member, you're going to get a little discount on that. Thanks for throwing the QR code up there. That's me, Fernandez Charters. You can check me out on FernandezCharters.com, and also at Fernandez Charters on Instagram and Fernandez Charters on Facebook. So yeah, let's get out there. Let's get everybody fishing. I know it's going to be good this weekend. I can't go out Sunday, but I can probably go out tomorrow. I was actually thinking of going with Steve Duncan. So if once we're off of here, I might call Steve up, see what the deal is. But yeah, let's get out there. Give me a call and let's go fish.
So someone asked, Charles, I don't know if you asked Pablo or myself, but I'll just answer for me. Do you like braid better than monofilament? Every single one of my reels, every single one you see up on the ceiling right here, and right there, every single one of these reels are filled just like this, all the way to the top with braid. They're filled. Every one of them's filled all the way to the top with braid.
Braid.
Yep. all the way to the top of braid. I personally don't use monofilament unless I'm going for big fish. So thresher sharks, mako sharks, marlin, all these pelagic species of the big ones, the bluefin tuna. Then I'm going to start using monofilament. So I'm not going to fill up my reel with monofilament though. I'll just put a top shot of mono on there. We do the wind on leaders, and I'll just put the 25 yards of wind on leader on it, and that's it. But as far as all the rest of my rods and like what we're using for the white sea bass, every one of them is filled up with braid. And then we use a top shot of this right here. The GT4 fluorocarbon. Yep, there you go. So we use a top shot of the GT4, and it depends on what you're going for of how long I'm going to do my top shot. Yesterday, what I was doing is I had a top shot. I'll just tell everyone what I was doing yesterday. I had a halibut rig, which I do about 4 to 5 feet of this, and then I do a reverse dropper loop, or I put a 3-way swivel, and then I'll. How about I just show you? We have time, right?
Yeah.
How about I just set up some rods for everybody right now, because I got to set them up for tomorrow. So I'm gonna set up my rods. If I don't know, I'll ask Dave. Dave, do we have time so I can set up some rods? I can show everyone what I'm gonna set up for tomorrow. If we have time, I'll show everyone what I'm gonna set up for tomorrow and exactly how we're gonna be fishing. And it's gonna be the same way I was fishing yesterday. I just gotta string a bunch of these rods through these PCH poles. So we'll wait for Dave to answer me if you want to talk for a minute.
Yeah, so you're going to do, what did you say you're going to do? A reverse dropper with a 3-way swivel?
Yeah, so that's just one way you can do it. I didn't do that yesterday. Yesterday, I'm just going to tie everything, and I'll explain it as I'm doing it, what I'm doing. Yeah. And that way everyone can see what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to set up 4 rods. There's 6 guys coming. Maybe I'll set up 5. I know they're going to bring like 4 rods on the boat. So I'll set up 4 rods. And then if they want to set up their own rod, they can do that. Otherwise, I'll set up the rods for them. Unfortunately, I don't have a deckhand tomorrow, which kind of sucks. But some things are going on with 2 of my deckhands, and they just can't make it. Hey, Pablo, you want to be deckhand tomorrow?
I might.
I need one bad. So, yeah, really bad. But I could do it with or without. But here we go. Let's see, everybody. I'm going to put you all up here. Y'all can see. Woo-hoo. We can go right here. Where's my 25-pound? Here it is. All right, so I'm using 25-pound right here, okay? No gimmicks. Let me get my towel. Oh, already got it out right here. 25-pound, still 25-pound. What I'm gonna do is on here, when you buy this GT4, when you buy this GT4 fluorocarbon, on the back, there's a QR code right there. You can see it. If you scan that QR code, it's going to show you exactly how I'm tying these knots. This is just a uni knot, uni to uni. So I'm going to just tie a uni really quick, okay? So uni to uni, like so, just so I can connect my braided line to my fluorocarbon. And let me know if you do it different. You can comment in the comments if you do it different. You know, there's other knots. I could do an RP knot and all the other ones too. But this is just a quick, simple one. It's really fast. And if Pablo, if you do it different, you can give out whatever your knot you use. The only thing I can recommend to tell everybody is tie the knot that you tie the best. Don't worry about trying to tie something, oh, this one's hard to tie, because what's going to happen is the line's going to break if you don't tie it right. So tie the knot that you tie the best. That's the best knot to tie. oh, this one's stronger, that one's stronger, this or that and the other. Cool, good job. So here's my uni nut. Bam, pull it, cinch it down. 25-pound. I'm gonna take my pliers. Hold on. I'm gonna snip off the tag ends. Snip. Snip. And I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna do a sliding sinker. And I'm gonna take maybe about 3 feet. Okay. So 3 feet. Snip it off. And now what I'm gonna use is I have these little, I think this is a ½ ounce. So this is a ½ ounce sliding sinker. A ½ ounce sliding sinker, right? I'm gonna take the ½ ounce sliding sinker, just put it through the line, voila. Now I'm gonna take a hook of this size. I don't know. I don't know what size it is. Maybe Pablo can help me out, but there's that hook right there. It's a J hook. It's about yay big. Like size for a sardine. You know, we use them for squid. And put it on here. So this is one of the rigs that we caught a bunch of sea bass yesterday on. And we caught other fish. We also caught calico bass. We caught a bunch of yellowfin croaker. And we caught oh, I just tied a Palomar knot, by the way. That's a Palomar knot. I just tied it really quick and didn't even tell everybody. So I'm all done. I just made a big old mess there. Trying to show everybody. So I'll show you what I have. We have there's my setup. Whoop, where are we at? There you go. There's my setup right there, everybody. Now what I'm going to do tomorrow, what you're going to see is when I hook it to the squid, I'm going to hook, I don't have a squid right here, but we can, let me see. So I think I have a squid squirt. Let me see if I have a squid squirt. I'm going to show everyone how I hook the squid. All right. And then you all can be pros. You want to talk while I look for this there, Pablo?
Sure. Yeah, so that seems like and you're doing that for sea bass, right?
Yes. Sea bass a little bit. Calico bass. Everything will bite this rig.
Right. Because typically you do something a little different on your halibut rigs, right?
No, when we're in shallow water, we do the same thing for halibut.
Oh, you do?
And when we go into like a little bit deeper water, we use the which I'll show everyone in a minute. That rig. I'm gonna do that rig also. And everyone's gonna have their own opinion, but I'm gonna tell you, cool. I'm gonna just show you what works.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is just like anything, you know, there's a million different ways to do it. I think Justin made a very good point. Like whatever knot you're well versed in and you can tie blindfolded, you know, that's the knot you want to use. You just need one knot to connect line to line, and you need one knot for your terminal, you know, like your hooks or your lures, you know, and again, there's millions of different ones. There's all kinds of different ways to do it, but we like to just do simple ones that are easy to do all the time. And then if you're doing something funky, we may or may not have heard of it. I mean, obviously we all know what a Palomar knot is. We know what a uni knot is, you know, but if like the RP knot, we're well versed in that too. And there's different ones, right? Like we can go down a rabbit hole with knots, but like Bimini knots, but those are like the kinds of knots that I would say if you know all those, you should be pretty good to go. Bimini knot, the Palomar, uni to uni. What else? Palomar.
Setups I'm using. Showing
Is that Dave? He's talking to Dave. But yeah, just make sure you practice them. It's not time to practice them out on the boat. Well, it is. You can practice them out on the boat, but you want to be when it's busy and there's a lot of action. You want to be able to switch your stuff up, or if something grenades on you, you want to be able to retie it as quickly and efficiently as possible.
Yep.
So pay attention. These are good ones.
I have a squid squirt here. So this is a squid, right? This is the squid squirt. Oh, where'd the little bling bling? Oh yeah, I cut the bling bling out. Here's the hook that was on it. So here's a squid. Woo! Everyone sees a squid. So here's a squid, and here's my setup, right? My setup with my hook. If you can see it without it fluttering all over the place. Sorry, I'm not used to doing this slow. I'm used to doing it like really fast and go, go, go. So here's how I'm gonna hook it, right? I'm gonna go, if this is a live squid, I'm gonna go one through the top, right? I'm gonna push it down and go one more. I don't want to fold my squid in half, right? So I want it to look like this. Bam, look at that. Bam, boom, shakalaka. So I want my squid to look like this on my hook. I went through once and I went through, oh, if you can see it right there. Went through once and I came through twice. Bam, just like that. So that's all I'm gonna do. And now my line is all set up. But we always keep our drags loose because whenever you're not using your rod, you keep your line, think of it as a brake, okay? Your brakes on your car. If you put your brakes on your car constantly or your bicycle and you hold it constantly and just sit there, it's going to wear into that pad, right? And it's going to get a hard spot or it's going to get a groove where it gets stuck right there. And if you have salt or anything else in your wheel, it's going to get, when you pull out your drag, it's instead of being smooth, like you see this is smooth, it's going to be like, if it's like that, you need to get your reel serviced because you've already screwed it up. So we keep our line loose, all my lines loose. Now I'm going to set my drag for the people tomorrow. So I'm going to just tighten up the drag, as you all see here. Tighten up this drag. I'm hooking the crap, or I'm hooking the boat. So I'm feeling my drag, okay. I don't have a poundage calculator or whatever. My poundage calculator is right here in my hand, and I grab it and I pull. So I'm going to go a little bit tighter. And now I got to think, okay, my clients tomorrow, if they're experienced, if they're not experienced, I don't know. So I want it to be a little tiny bit looser than I would with someone that's really experienced. That way the fish can take more drag. Because I'd rather them take a little longer to get it in than to just break it off. So it feels the normal way right there. Oh, no, that's about right. So a 25-pound line, that's perfect. They'll be fine. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, maybe a little bit tighter. Let's see. Yeah, so that's perfect right there. You just want to set your drag. I'm setting it right now. So this is now one of the rods. You'll see it's using the rod. This one's all set up. I'm going to take this little squid thing back off. One of my huge pet peeves on the boat, whether it's your fishing rod or mine, is when you take your hook, and I'm sure Pablo will vouch for this. You may know what I'm going to say. If you take your hook and you stick it through your eye, oh my goodness, don't ever do that, okay? It's going to break. If you see inside, these are like a ceramic ring. If you put too much pressure on this too many times with your hook and you're beating around, it's going to break it off. So the best thing to do is just let out a little more line. And on your reel, you show, I'm hooking all kinds of crap. On your reel, if you can see, I don't know if you all can see this. Here, let me open up the window so you can see. On the reel handle, y'all can see some little holes right here. There's little holes, right? You know what those holes are for? They're not for looks. Or they could be for looks. But I like to just stick the hook right through one of those holes like that. And what I'll do is I can just make it a little bit tight. I don't want to make it so tight that it bends my rod tip over. That's too tight. Look at my rod tip right now. There's no bend or anything. Now, if I made it too tight, it's going to look like this. See that bend? See that bend? You want it to be just a little bit so it's slack. A little bit tight, be all right. So just like that, Just leave it like that. They're ready for tomorrow on that setup. Now let's do another setup.
Hey, Justin, I got to take off, buddy.
What are you taking
I'm
off?
going to take off. I'm going to get on one of those airplanes. No, I have to. I'm actually putting on, if you want to get technical. I was just epoxying my my bench back here, so I got to get back on it. I got to get out of here in an hour or so.
Oh.
But I will call you after the show.
About tomorrow? Sweet.
All right, buddy.
Sounds good to me. All right. Well, I'm going to stick on here and just talk away and tell them what I'm...
These are all epic techniques. You guys need to be paying attention. And if you have any questions, call us up. Thanks, Justin. And thanks, everybody.
Thank you very much. After this show, too, there's going to be a little fee for you watching this. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'll show you another thing we're going to do. I'm going to do a dropper loop. So a lot of people get confused on how to do dropper loops. Some of you are very familiar with the dropper loop. Everyone ties it different. Dave ties it different than I do. I don't know how to tie Dave's very much, but his is very effective. So again, 25-pound line, 25-pound. We're going to be doing a uni to uni knot. If anyone's still here, is anyone still here? No. If not, I'll just leave and I'll just keep tying my knots. So if you're still here, say hi or something. So uni to uni. Oh, hey, Brent. Let's see. Uni to uni knot. Hi. Oh yeah, I'm not supposed to be using my teeth. What the dentist said. So there's my knot. My uni to uni. Now, so for this dropper loop, I want to get the whole purpose of this is to get my bait off of the bottom, because if my bait's sitting on the bottom, I have a good chance of catching a bat ray or a shovel-nose shark or even a leopard shark. So I want to make it about 3 to 4 feet above the bottom on my dropper loop. So I'm going to get my tag end, which is right here. I don't know if you'll, there you go. Here's my end right here. Hey, country surfer. So here's my end where I tied it to the braided line. I'm going to go like 4 feet, 3.5, 4 feet, another 3.5, 4 feet. That's all I need. So cut it off, 25-pound line. Now this is just me. What I like to do is I like to make just a little, this is for my weight. This is the end of the line right here. Just a little tiny half hitch knot. And I'll show you why in a second. Like so. And here's my little half hitch knot. I just made a loop, right? So the reason why I made this on the very end, this is a dropper loop. I'm going to take my weight. Oh, I got to turn the camera. Let me turn the camera. Okay, so I'm going to take my weight and put the line through it like so. And put the weight through. The reason why I do it like this is because I can easily remove it, so it's not banging around all over, smacking everyone on the head. I can just take the weight right off. See? Now, I'm going to go about 3 feet up the line. So 3 feet up the line. I don't know if y'all can see this, but 3 feet up, you barely see the line. See? 25-pound invisible in the air. So 3 feet up the line, And I'm going to make a dropper loop now. So this dropper loop is a dropper loop knot, I think they call it. Take it like so, like this. Or you can probably not see it, but I'm going to do 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to take this line and put it through the center, like so. I'm probably screw this up because I'm live. Don't bite it with your teeth. You don't want to crease your fluorocarbon. Let's see, I'm going to screw it up because I'm live right now. I'm going to tie this thing, no problem. Let me do it again. I just won't say anything so I don't screw it up. See? If I don't say anything, I won't screw it up. So there's my little knot right there. See it? Voila. This is for white sea bass tomorrow. Am I in trouble? No. Okay. Now, I'm going to clip one of these sides because I'm confident on my knot, right? And I'm going to take circle hook, that size right there, whatever size that is. I'm going to tie a Palomar knot. Palomar. Like so. There we go. So now I have this. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but here's my hook. I don't know if you can see that hook. There's my dropper loop knot. And then all the way down is my loop, which I'm going to attach my weight. That's my dropper loop. That's how I'm going to set up one of the rods. It's what worked yesterday. It's what works literally all the time for white sea bass. That's one. Now I'm going to show you all another one really quick. What time is it? Okay, I got a little bit of time. Oh yeah, I got to set your drag, right? Oh, what's cool about this is setting the hook on your line or anything like that. What you do is you have this little loop that you made, right, for your weight. You can just wrap that right around your handle. Reel it up. Like so. And that's it. Bam. Now I got to set my drag. It's too tight for them. A little bit too tight. Too tight still. That should be good. Okay. So now just reel this up, make it a little tight, don't bend your rod, and that's it. So that one's done, okay? So there's no say on how far it should be up, right? So I don't know how far this is, probably 4 foot. But if you see, this is where my loop is. Hold on. Make it so you can see it a little better. This is where my loop is for my weight around the handle. So yeah. And then my knot, if you look at it right here, or not my knot, my hook is all the way up here. Almost to the end of the rod. So this is what, 4.5 feet up, right around there. It'll be off the bottom. So that's what you really want. It could be 3 feet, whatever it is, whatever you measure out. As long as you get it off the bottom. So there's one rod. That one's set up. Let me get another one. Let's see. What do I do here? This one I did a big old mess on. Let me see. You all seeing what it's like to get ready, huh? For our trip. how the heck this happened, but holy bananas. It's got me in the rod. Gotta find your line and string this through. This next one right here that I'm gonna tie is for white sea bass or halibut. Okay, it's mainly a halibut rig, but it worked yesterday. We also caught a halibut too that we lost at the boat, so that sucked. I'll show you. Let me just string this all the way through really quick. And yes, I had to set them all back up again, even though I was out yesterday, because we always retie everything. So same thing, 25-pound line, same exact one. I could go to 20, but we lost a fish yesterday on 20. There's one tag. Here we go. You need a uni knot again. This uni. Hello. Spam. All right, here we go. So you need a uni knot. I don't recommend you use it on the heavy line, like 80-pound or higher. Just my experience. Okay, uni knot done. It works really good up to like 40-pound, 50-pound. 50 pounds good too, but 80 pounds for some reason. I don't know. Oh well. So now I'm gonna do the same thing. So I got my uni knot right there in my thumb, and I got the line. I'm gonna stretch it out. Probably 6 feet. Yeah, about 6 feet. That sounds good. You don't have to do it that far. You don't. It's up to you all. But now this is the one that some of you are probably gonna disagree with me on, but I really don't care. It works, so that's all that matters. So I'm gonna do the drop a loop knot again. Drop a loop knot. Not at the end. So here's where my braid to fluoro leader is. Up about maybe 10 inches is my dropper loop knot. Okay, dropper loop knot. Now this is a reverse dropper loop that I use. You can also, instead of doing the dropper loop knot, you can put a 3-way swivel right here. It's a halibut rig. Then all the way back over here is gonna be my tag end. All right, here we go. Let's hear everybody tell me how wrong this is. This is a, let's see what other hooks I have here. Circle hook, whatever size it is. I don't know what size is there, but I'm gonna put my line through. It's loose. See it just sliding everywhere. Woo! And then I am going to put a small size. This is a size 4 hook. I think it's an owner. I'm not sure, but a small hook. We use them for whitefish and stuff like that. And I'm going to tie a Palomar knot again, just because I tie that one good and it's easy and fast to tie. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Now here's how I'm going to set this baby up, okay? You get your weight. Your drop a loop that you made right here, you can take your weight, take your drop a loop, and drop it. And set it up like this. Boom. Okay. Now all the way over here. Let's see. There's my drop a loop on my wrist. All the way over here is my hooks. Here's how I hook it up. You can do whatever the heck you want, but this is how it works. Okay. Take my squid. I'm gonna take the sliding weight. Sliding weight. Here's the one that has the knot on it. See it? My sliding weight goes onto the end of the squid. And I'm going to put it through one more time like I did when I was just putting the sliding sinker. Okay? So one more time like that. Now with this other one, what I'm going to do is if you look on the squid, it has a little notch right here near its head. I'm just going to put it under there. Well, this one really doesn't have a notch, but it's good squid squirt. But I'm just going to put it under there and go like this. Pop. That's it. I know it looks kind of funky, and I know everyone's going to say all kinds of crazy stuff about it, but I really don't care. This works. So there it is right there. Obviously, the squid's going to be much bigger, so this hook's going to be out further. But that's how it works right there. And here's what happens, in my opinion. When the squid is just sitting there on the bottom and it's not doing anything at all, it's not swimming around or anything like that, and you give your rod a little pull, your line, what's going to happen is that back hook is going to pull your squid and make them flutter. Okay, it works the same. I do the same exact technique with sardines, and it works really good for a halibut. And last year when we had the wide open halibut out here, everyone else is using the same technique, and they couldn't believe how good it worked. So it's very effective. And yeah, that's how I do it. That is my halibut / white sea bass rig. So those are all the rigs that we're going to be using. We're not going to be, other than dropper loop, if they want to catch smaller fish, we'll set up the dropper loop. Anyone want to see the dropper loop or no? Dropper loop for squid strips. But that's really it. That's all the setups we have for. Let's see, I made my first reel yesterday. Put catfish, trying to see. That's oh, sweet. That'd be cool. I hope everyone goes live. Oh, I'm hooking all kinds of stuff with this hook flying all over the place. Yeah, everyone going live. That would be really cool. Very cool. So yeah, if y'all want to see a dropper loop that I use for sheep's head and so on and so on, I can show you that. Other than that, we are pretty much done. I'll see the comments in just a minute after I fix this. Okay. I have one more rod to set up, and yeah, that's it. Never too much of. Hey, Mike, what's up? All right, I'll show everyone a dropper loop. Okay. So you can use whatever rod you want, but I have spinning rods and unconventionals. And here is, let me move this out of the way. I don't know if y'all can see this very well. Here is the Okuma BF 4000. And this is on the Pixor rod, the Okuma Pixor. So I'm going to show you how I do the dropper loop for sheep's head. Actually, we caught some white sea bass yesterday on it too, using squid strips. But mainly it's for sheep head, whitefish. You can also use it for the same exact method, just a heavier line for, let's see. Hey, JB. Same exact method we use for dropping down for lean cod, but just obviously you can be using a 50-pound line or more. 50 pound is my preferred go-to for lingcod. But yeah, this is a very effective way to catch pretty much everything. And those of you that are going on Thursday, when you split up into teams, who's ever on my team is going to have at least one rod set up this way. Why? Because this is probably the most effective way of fishing besides fly lining. So